Hello and welcome to Strong and Slow Flow Yoga. And today we're going to be getting into the core a little bit as well as some nice strength building. The only props you may need are a couple blocks, and you might need them for a lunge, but you're probably going to need them most for the balance challenge that we're going to do. So I would have a couple. If you only have one, that is also completely doable. Just be mindful. I've also have a blanket here. I'm not going to use it for knee cushion today, but it is nice to sit on, and that is optional as well. So from here, let's come to a nice tall seat. So envisioning ears, shoulders, and hips in alignment. I'm going to kind of zip up and in with that front body. So kind of envisioning if you were taking your favorite jeans out of the dryer and they were a little tight, you have to kind of engage and suck up and in a little bit to get them zipped and buttoned. That's kind of what I want you to kind of envision and try to feel like there. We'll take a slight tuck in the chin. And just take some breaths here and don't pay too much attention to the breath. Just kind of get into a nice pattern. But I do want you to check in with the body and notice if there's anywhere in the body that you could soften just a little bit more. So maybe that's softening or relaxing a little bit through the jaw, the shoulders, the hips. Sometimes I have a tendency to grip when I'm sitting like this, and I don't always realize it until I pay attention. And now I want you to pay attention to the breath. So as you inhale through the nose, just notice what happens. Are you expanding the rib cage? Do your shoulders lift up? Do you breathe with the belly? And if you can, as you inhale, can you find an expansion of the rib cage? And then carefully releasing. Inhale, expand, and gently release. Good. Let's take a big inhale and reach. Exhale, take a nice side bend towards the left. So I'm going to reach my top arm up, nice and tall and long. I will get my words out, I promise. Arm is going to be long by the ear. And notice if you have this collapse here, and if you do, can you open that back up? And then from here, when you're ready, good, we'll come back up and we'll take that back over. Same thing. Watch that front shoulder. And once you're ready, we'll come back up. We'll reach up, rotate. Arms are going to come down, rolling shoulders back, looking a little bit more behind you. And then when ready, we'll inhale and lift, moving through center, taking it down, rolling shoulders back, looking behind you. And when ready, good, we'll lift up and come to center. So we're going to go into a breath of fire. So we're going to get a lot into the third chakra today with the core. We're going to take this in a breath of fire. So I'm going to turn sideways here so you can better see. And remember that breath and fire is all about controlling the out breath, the out breath. You don't have to focus on the in breath because your body's going to already do that for you. So from here, and you can even place your hands on the belly, but as I inhale out through the nose very forcefully, I'm going to take my belly button in. And that's the move. So I'm not worried about the inhale. My body's already going to do that. I just want to focus on the exhale. If you focus on the inhale, like that, you're going to hyperventilate and pass out. Okay, so only on the out breath. So you can kind of feel that if you want to, or you can have your hands to the side. We're going to do 2 rounds of 20. 2 rounds of 20. So if that's not where you need to be, then always, just take that break from here. Big exhale, or sorry, big inhale to prepare. And here we go. Big inhale, exhale. Excuse me. So yes, I am having trouble with allergies today. I'm having trouble with brain fog today. That last remnant of COVID from 2 years ago that just hasn't left me. So I do apologize. It just kind of is what it is. So let's do round 2. Big inhale. And here we go. Big inhale and exhale. Good. Let's come to all fours. You can always cushion the knees if you need to do that. You can also be on the forearms here if you need to do that. And if you got blocks, then that's a little bit easier. You don't have to go as deep. So just know your options. I'm going to stay on my hands though. So I'm going to spread the fingers nice and wide, rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb. Knees are going to be under the hips, and they can be slightly wider if you've got a cranky low back. So from here, belly button in. Inhale, chest comes forward, pelvis tilts back, nice cow pose. Exhale and round, mad cat. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. Good. Now you can stay with that if you need to do that. I'm going to take you through a dynamic cat-cow flow. Inhaling on the cow. Exhale, round through cat. Think back, little child's pose. Inhale, forearms drop, elbows stay in. It's a baby push-up right into that cow pose. And we'll round. And taking it back. Elbows drop, shifting forward, taking it up. Good. So from here, think about what happens as you move and with the breath. Good. And one more time. This is a nice warm up for the upper body. Good. And then we're going to take this into a child's pose. So knees can be as wide as the mat together or somewhere in between. If you need to keep a longer spine, you can take your arms long in front of you. If you're able and like to do flexion, you can always come to a more traditional one. This is also a nice one to do if your shoulders don't like your arms being long in front of you. And we'll just breathe. Finding expansion in that rib cage. And once ready, hands under the shoulders, and we'll come back up to all four. We're going to warm the core up here with some opposite arm, opposite leg. So let's start with the stretch, taking the left leg back, pressing back through that heel, keeping a micro bend in the elbows. This can also be done on the forearms as well. And breathe. So I didn't give you any intentions today, so your intentions are your own. And then from here, I'm going to take that leg, maybe a toe tap, maybe a little higher. Careful not to take it higher than the hip. And then maybe right arm will come forward. Belly button is in. Press out of that left shoulder. And then we'll take that down. Good. Other side. Right leg comes back. Pressing through that right heel. That's a very nice stretch in the center part of that foot. Right hip can come down. Micro bend the elbows if you're up on your hands. And when you're ready, good. You can shift forward a little bit. Toe can be grounded, a little bit of lift, hip height. Good. Press out of that supporting shoulder. Left arm by the left ear. And then we can take that down. So we're going to go back and forth to each side. And you want to be careful not to go too fast. You don't want to lose the balance. But then from here, good. Left leg, right arm, and take it down. right or left arm, right leg, and down. Right arm, left leg, and down. Good. Left arm, right leg, and down. Now this next time, right arm, left leg, hold. You're welcome to stay here, or you can take it out to the diagonal. Good. Belly button is in. You're working the upper body of the supporting shoulder. You're also working the core, front and back side, as well as balance. So from here, I'm going to bring my right hand down. Good. Left leg's going to cross over, touching down, and then I'm just going to press here. You can also come down onto forearms if you're not already there, if you want that. And then from here, we'll come back up. Good. I'm going to take a little child's pose here just to decompress my wrist. And then we'll take that all to the other side. So hands are going to come down unless you're on your forearms. Good. From here, right leg, left arm. Good. You can stay here or you can take it to the diagonal. Good. Belly button is in nice and tight here. We're still breathing. And then I'm going to take my left hand down. I'm going to cross the right leg over. Good. You can press back here. That will feel one way. You can come down. Just kind of find it where you need to find it. And then once you're ready, good, we'll take that back. Let's get a juicy child's pose here, juicy child's pose. So again, find the one that feels good to you. Now that I'm a little bit more open in my shoulders, I'm going to come right here. Breathe and expand. And when it's ready, hands come under the shoulders, and we'll press back up. We're going to make our way to downward facing dog. So for someone where being on the wrist is not for you, you can always come to the dolphin pose where the forearms are on the ground. You can also take forearms onto block if that's something that you need. If you're following me, though, I'm going to take my hands on the floor. So if you're a taller person, you can take your hands a little bit more forward if you want to do that. Otherwise, I'm tucking toes. I'm pressing back. I'm going to press in and forward. I'm still rooting through the knuckles of pinky, pointer, and thumb as I lift my knees and lift my hips. Good. And then just review your form, pressing evenly into big toe and pinky toe mounds on both sides. Legs can be long, they can be a little bent. I'm pressing in and forward into my hands. I'm turning the elbows towards the pointer and the thumb. Or sorry, the pointer and the middle finger. Shoulders are away from the ears. My head and neck is free. Belly button is in. From down dog when you're ready. Inhale, look forward, bend the knees, pause, walk the hands back towards the feet. Knees are bent here, get into all four corners of the feet. And just let the head shake yes. And let the head shake no. Good. From here, when you're ready, good. Pressing into the feet, pressing into the legs. We'll take that all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. We'll take a walk to the top of the mat. From here, big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll hold. Now here you can also come to your blocks. Remember your blocks are 3 different heights. You can also come to the floor. I'm going to use these on this first one. Inhale, press through the legs and the feet. Nice long back, hands on blocks, floor, shins, or thighs. Exhale, we will bow. From here, pressing through the feet and the leg, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and we'll lift. Exhale and we'll hold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. From here, I'm going to step my feet back to my plank. Knees can be lifted or grounded. You can also do forearm plank here. I'm going to lower my knees, elbows turn forward, slowly lower down. Good. Taking my hands forward into the side. Find a cobra that's best for you. Remember, no crunching, no shoulders by the ears. And always take it high. And then gently bringing it back down. Good. From here, in the way that's best for you, find yourself back to your downward facing dog. Breathing. From downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees. Walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, little bow. From here, pressing through the feet and the legs, we're going to rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale and we'll lift. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. From here, plant the hands, step or hop back to plank. You choose, take or skip a flow. So flowing is always optional. And from downward facing dog, when you're ready, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. From here, planting the feet, engaging, rising all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll do that again. We're going to add on a low lunge this time. So from here, big inhale and reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. From here, your right leg's going to step back. Good. Right knee's going to come down. Making sure that this heel is grounded, knee is over or behind the ankle. You can use blocks here if you need them. Otherwise, if you're okay with balance, you can come back up. Good. Front body is zipped up. And we'll take that back down. Good. Right hand comes to the block or to the floor. Open to the left. Left hand will come down to the outside of the right foot, or the left foot rather. It can be on a block or to the floor. Open to the right. And we'll take that back down. Good. Planting the hands, tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, front foot steps back. Take or skip a flow. Down dog's always a great place to check back in with form. From your down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. From your bow, your left leg's going to step back. Lower that knee. Good. You choose. You can stay here, or you can come up. Good. Inhale. Exhale, we'll take that back down. Left hand to the floor or to a block, opening up to the right. Right hand will come down. Right hand on the block on the outside of the right foot, opening to the left. And taking that back down. Good. Planting the hands, tucking the back toe, lifting the back knee, front foot steps back. You choose, take or skip a flow. And from your downward facing dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, and we'll bow. From here, getting into the feet and the legs as you rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. All right. So we're going to take this into another little flow. We'll get into the core a little bit, and then we'll come up into a high crescent. So from here, big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. From here, step or hop back into your plank. Take or skip a flow. I'm going to do a modified one this time. Good. And then find your downward facing dog. Now, this can also be done on the forearms. So if you are going to be on the forearms, I'm going to recommend that you are on your blocks if you can, because you'll have a little bit more space to move the knee if you're on your blocks versus the floor. So from here, we're going to lift the left leg. We're going to bend that knee. So we're going to take that knee and we're going to try to touch it to the left elbow. And from here, once you're ready, inhale, exhale as I come forward. I want to tap. I want to try not to take my shoulders forward of the wrist. Inhale, take that back. Exhale, take it here for 2. Inhale and back. Exhale for 3. Inhale back. Last time, exhale for 4. Could you hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it back. Whew. Now you can come down little child's pose if you need that real quick. Whenever you're ready, we're going to come back up to downward facing dog. We're going to do that on the other side. So from here, find your down dog. Right leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee. And here we go. Inhale, exhale. There's 1. Inhale, take it back. Exhale 2. If you can't tap, just go where you can go. You're still working. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. And exhale 4. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take that back. Whew. Maybe a little child's pose. Breathing here. And then once you're ready, good. Find your down dog. We're going to take this into a high crescent. So from here, going back to the left side, left leg's going to lift 3-point, bending that knee. We're going to shift forward as you step or pick up and push the left foot forward between the hands. Now, if balance is not real good today, you can always ground down the knee. Everything that we're going to do up high can be done down low. But if you do have the balance, you can always use your blocks to help with stability as well. Press into that front heel as we rise. So you're looking for parallel railroad tracks as best as you can here. I'm going to press back through that back heel as best as I can. And I'm going to come up here. And I'm breathing. Relaxing the shoulders. Options. If your shoulders will allow, you can take the hands together. For some of you, that might be enough of a challenge. If you want more of a balance challenge, are you able then to look up at those hands? Notice how that slightly changes the balance. Stay with the breath. Come back to your intention. Good. I'm going to gently look forward, release my hands, and reach my hands forward. Good. I'm going to take my gaze to my left hand, and then I'm gently going to open to the left. Yeah, legs are working hard, balance working hard. Stay with me. I'll follow that hand back to center. Gaze comes to the right hand. I'm going to open to the right. The right hand comes back. reaching up, inhale, exhale, with control and purpose. Take that down to the floor, plant the hands, front foot steps back. You choose take or skip a flow. Notice how one leg compares to the other. And then once ready, we're going to repeat that to the other side. Right leg lift 3-point, bending the knee. We'll shift forward, step, or pick up and put the right foot forward between the hands. Again, you can always bring blocks in here to get settled. You can always bring down that back knee. Take it where you need to take it. And once you're strong, pressing into that front heel. Find your parallel railroad track position and your high crescent. Maybe front hip comes back just a little bit. Breathing. Good. Now again, if it's accessible, maybe hands can touch together. Maybe you want to try looking up. My balance is not as good on this side. Good. And then from here, looking forward, releasing the hands. Arms are going to come forward. I know it's tough. We've been up here for a while. Gaze comes to the right hand. We're going to open to the right. But you know that there's light at the end of the tunnel. It's not forever. We'll come back, and you know that you can come out anytime you need to. Left gaze to the left hand, open to the left. Coming back to center. Reaching up. Inhale. Exhale, taking that back down. Pinning the hands. Front foot steps back. Take or skip a flow. Good. And I'm going to hang out for here in a down dog for a moment. If you need to come to a child pose to take a little bit of a break after that, then listen to yourself and do so. And whenever you're ready, no rush. We'll come out of the child's pose back to down dog if you went there. If you're in the down dog, inhale, look forward, bend the knees, walk, step, or hop your feet forward to meet your hands. Inhale, we'll lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale, we'll bow. From here, pressing into the feet and the legs as we rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Coming to your nice mountain, soft knees, soft shoulders, your intention in the breath. All right. So from here, once you're ready, we are going to do a balance challenge. And this balance challenge has many parts. And not everybody is going to do the full balance challenge, but I'm going to show you where it's going to go. So different people, different things. Some are going to do a full warrior 3. Some are going to do grounded. So it'll kind of look like this. You'll be at your warrior 3, wherever it is you are. From the warrior 3, you'll open up into the half moon. From here, if you're able, maybe taking it into sugarcane. And then from sugarcane, maybe coming back down and then taking it into a revolved half moon. Okay, so it's going to be your balance challenge. We'll move through that a little bit slower. Some of you will only stay with the grounded warrior 3, and that's fine. You're still working on the strength and stability of your supporting leg, and you're still working on balance. So take it where you can take it. So I've got my blocks at the ready. Let's take this into the left leg. So hip, knee, and toe are going to track forward. I'm going to zip up. Good. And then from here, good. Hands can come to the blocks or to the floor. You can take your arms behind you, out to the side, forward. I'm going to do grounded today. Good. And as you're here in your warrior, be mindful. You want your right hip, knee, and toe to face the floor. Okay. Press into that heel. Now, if you did a full warrior 3, you'll take your hands back down to the floor to the blocks. Good. Left hand is on the block, making sure that block is forward and to the left of the left foot, and you'll open up to the right. Half moon. This can also be done up against a wall. If you've got half moon, you can play with sugar cane, grabbing your pants or shin, taking that back. From sugar cane, we'll gently release. Good. Hand's going to come back to the right block. You're back at your grounded warrior 3. And from here, right hand to right blocker to the floor, you're going to open to the left. Good. Revolved half moon. Woo. Left leg is working hard. We'll take that back down. Good. Right leg's going to come up to meet the left. Bend those knees. Pressing through. Coming all the way up. And exhale. Hands to heart center. And we're going to take that to the other side. So I'm just going to switch sides here on my mat just so that my back is not to you. Good. But on the right leg, my right leg is between my 2 blocks. Good. So I'm going to press into that right leg, hip, knee, and toe track forward. And then once you're ready, good. Find your warrior 3. Find a full one or a grounded one. Remember, left hip, knee, and toe now are facing the floor. And press into that right heel so that we're not hanging in the hip. And then from here, if you were in the full, we'll come back down to grounded. Right hand on the right block as I open up to the left. Whoops. There we go. Trying that again. So now you're in your half moon. From the half moon, if you want to try for the sugar cane, you can take that out. Breathing. Breathing. And from the sugar cane, we'll gently release with control. You're back at the half moon. Hand's going to come back down. You're back at your grounded warrior 3. Left hand on the left blocker to the floor. Open to the right. Revolved half moon. And what's ready? Good. Coming down out of there. Left foot's going to come down to meet the right. Bending the knees. Pressing through the feet. Coming all the way up. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Finding your breath, your mountain, and intention. All right. Let's flow to the floor. And we're going to take this into, I'm just going to stay on this side. And we're going to take this down. And we're going to work on a forearm plank here in a moment. So from here, big inhale and we'll reach. Exhale and we'll fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen halfway. Exhale and we'll bow. Plant the hands. Step or hop back to plank. You choose. Take or skip a flow. Once you've made it back down, drop the knees. Find a nice child's pose again for yourself. And then, whenever you're ready, we're going to take that into a forearm plank. So, you can have forearms to the floor, or you can have forearms up on the block if that's too deep. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to work on a forearm plank. So we'll hold this here just like this. Knees can also be down for 15 count hold. Then we're going to do it again, and I'm going to give you an option to lift the legs. So if you're from the forearm plank uplifted, this is what it's going to look like without shifting the hip. If your knees down, this is what yours is going to look like if you need that. Okay, so whenever you're ready, whether you're on the blocks or to the floor, find your forearm plank, making sure that the shoulders are over or behind the elbow. Knees can be grounded or lifted. We'll find it. Find your length. And we've got 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees if not there already. Little child's pose. And once you're ready, we're going to take that again, and then we'll do the leg lift option. So from here, whenever you're ready, good. Find your forearm point first. Belly button is nice and tight. Left leg lifts. Left leg lowers. Right leg lifts. Right leg lowers. Left leg lifts. Left leg lowers. Right leg lifts. Right leg lowers. Drop the knees. Child's pose. Woo! Nothing like good core work, yeah? And we're gonna continue to work into that core work. So then from here, I'm gonna move my blocks out of the way. We're gonna come onto our back. And as we come back here, if it would feel good to you to just kind of roll the shoulders back a little bit, take the feet as wide as the mat and get a little windshield wiper, then let yourself go there. But we're gonna come into a little bit of a core connection and then we're gonna do an exercise. So I'm gonna bring my feet back in. And from here, I want a nice and heavy connected tailbone. I want a heavy and connected low rib cage. Maybe you've got a little space between the low back there, that's fine. Belly button is in. Again, find that connection like you're trying to get into tight jeans or like you've got a corset belt wrapped around. So I'm drawing up and in. So from here, inhale to prepare, exhale, engage. Inhale to release. Exhale, engage. You should feel it really deep right below the belly button. Inhale, release. Exhale, engage. Now, see if you can keep that engagement as you take one leg at a time into tabletop. And then take your legs long. Good. And then from here, keeping that engagement, we'll switch. Switch. And switch. Now, those of you that have more experience, maybe you're stronger in the abs and the core, maybe you lift up into a C curve and take this one. Good. Good. Now go and kind of piston the legs a little bit here. The upper body can come down at any time, but try to keep that core connection. When we're losing that connection, then we want to stop. Good. Speaking of stopping, let's take that down and we'll wiggle, wiggle, wiggle side to side, head and neck side to side. Good. So from here, if you're okay with rolling like a ball, and we're going to do that next 8 times. If that's not for you, carefully roll over to your side and come to a seat. But from here, good, here we go. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Rolling all the way up to a seat. Let's practice that boat. So again, while you're just sitting here, okay, I want you to find that connection again, that zipping up and in, that corset belt wrap. And then as you have that, maybe you can bring the toes in a little bit closer. Maybe you play with lifting one leg and then the other. Yes, now we're in a balance challenge. I'm still zipped up and in. Maybe you can take the legs long. Maybe you can let go. Good. Whoop, maybe not today. Good. So the more you engage that core with that connection and build your strength there, the less that the hip crease and the hip flexors are going to try to take over when you do some of these core challenges and core balances. And so from here, good, we'll take that. Let's cross the ankles, coming forward. Good. From the all fours, I'm just going to kind of come forward and just stretch that abdominal wall for a moment. And then when you're ready, we'll come on to our back. So we're going to take this into a supine twist. We're going to keep this one pretty basic. So knees in tabletop position, arms out to the side. Good. And then from here, we'll just let those knees fall over to the right, looking to the left, breathing and expanding. Head back to center, one leg at a time, coming back in. Good. And we'll take those knees over to the left, keeping right shoulder grounded, looking to the right. This also feels good after a lot of that core work. And then once ready, head will come back to center, one leg at a time. Good. I'm going to take the left foot down. I'm going to cross the right ankle over the right knee or the left knee. So we're coming into a figure four. So you can stay here if this is enough for you, or you can bring this in. This might be enough. You might even be able to thread it through. So if you're threading it through, you want the upper body to stay grounded. We don't want to come up here. You can rock your figure four. And this should feel really good on the hips after that standing balance sequence. And then from here, you can gently release. Taking that to the other side. Left ankle on the right knee. You can stay right here. You can bring it in. You can thread it through. Find it where you need to find it. You can rock it if it would feel good. And then we'll gently release. Okay. Maybe one little final wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. We're going to take this right into our Shavasana. You can bring in any props if you feel appropriate for your practice. You can let the knees stay bent. You can let your legs come long and flop open. You can also be on your side or on your belly, wherever it is that you can be comfortable and relatively still and not fidgeting around for a few moments. And as you begin to breathe deeper and sink in, just trust that your mat and the floor are there to support you. And taking some deep breaths here. Choose stillness or gently take head and neck from side to side. choose stillness or gently wiggle fingers and toes. And as you're ready, maybe you can bring your knees into your chest. Choosing to keep the upper body grounded or maybe lifting up into a full body hug. And choosing stillness or moving any props out of the way if you used any. Taking legs long in front of you, arms long behind you, and reach and lengthen from the edge of the fingertips to the edge of the toes. Getting that full body stretch, pointing and flexing to the feet, bending and stretching through the hands, twirling wrists and ankles in one direction, and then in the other. And whenever you're ready, bending in both knees, and you choose rolling over to your right or left side, the side that works best for your body in this moment. Taking all the time that you need here. And when you're ready, pressing yourself up to a comfortable seat, whatever that would look like for you. And just noticing for a moment how you feel, hopefully better than when you started. Fingertips to the side, palms turning up. Inhale, reach, reach, reach. Taking the arms up as you touch the hands together and bring them down. Touch the thumbs to the forehead for good and true thoughts. To the lips for good and kind words. And to the heart for open and loving hearts. Knowing no effort on this mat is ever wasted. No gain is ever reversed. May you be safe. May you stay well. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.